I spent 3 weeks trying to make the Creality K2 Plus Combo my primary production workhorse, and I realized something almost immediately. This isn't just a competitor to the popular flagship models, it's a declaration of war on the small build plate. There is one specific hardware choice in this machine that makes it a dream for industrial prototyping, but a potential nightmare for casual hobbyists. And I'll explain exactly who should stay away after we look at what this machine actually delivers. Design and build. The first thing you notice isn't the features, it's the sheer mass. At 38.5 kilograms for the combo, this isn't a desk printer unless your desk is reinforced steel. Chassis. Creality moved away from thin extrusions. The K2 Plus uses a die-cast aluminum matrix frame. It feels incredibly rigid, which is necessary when you have a tool head flying at 600 millimeters per second. The build plate. You get a massive 350 by 350 by 350 millimeter volume. For context, that's nearly 2.5 times the usable volume of a bamboo X1 carbon. The bed itself is a 5 millimeter thick aluminum alloy plate that stays remarkably flat even when heated to its 120 degrees Celsius limit. Ergonomics. The 4.3-inch touchscreen is responsive, though the user interface still feels a bit more cluttered than the most polished competitors. But here's the thing, while the polycarbonate panels and heavy frames scream premium, the sheer size means it's a space hog. You lose the cute desktop appliance vibe for a machine that looks like it belongs in a machine shop. Key features: performance versus hype. Creality is pushing two big upgrades here: the CFS, or Creality Filament System, and active chamber heating. The CFS multi-material system. In my testing, the CFS is a massive leap over older solutions. It supports up to 4 spools and features radio frequency identification for auto-identification of Creality filaments. I was halfway through a 14-hour multicolor print when the green spool ran out. The CFS automatically switched to the backup spool of the same material without me touching a button. It didn't skip a beat. That's the moment the K2 Plus earned its keep in my studio. Active chamber heating. Most enclosed printers just trap heat from the bed. The K2 Plus has a dedicated 60 degrees Celsius active heater. I tested this by printing a full-sized automotive intake manifold in ASA. In a room resting at 20 degrees Celsius, the chamber held a steady 59 degrees Celsius. The result? Zero corner lifting. Power management and thermals. This machine is a power-hungry beast. The draw? With a 1200-watt rated power supply, you'll see significant spikes when the bed and chamber heater kick in simultaneously. Thermal performance. During a 48-hour torture test with carbon fiber nylon, the tool head reached 350 degrees Celsius without heat creep issues. The Unicorn quick swap nozzle design kept the cold end at a manageable 45 degrees Celsius. Noise. It's rated at 45 decibels or less at 300 millimeters per second. However, when those dual auxiliary fans kick in for PLA at 600 millimeters per second, it sounds like a small jet taking off. Ecosystem and long-term value. Repairability. Unlike some competitors who lock you into a proprietary black box, the K2 Plus is surprisingly open. Nozzles are roughly $13, and most parts are user replaceable with standard hex wrenches. Total cost of ownership. Between the base price and essential accessories like extra nozzles and filament, your initial $1,500 investment will likely reach $2,600 over 3 years of high-volume production. The competition battle. When I put the Creality K2 Plus against the Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon, the trade-offs are clear crystal. The Bamboo offers a more polished, it-just-works software experience. However, the K2 Plus wins on scale and material science. For large-scale functional parts, the 350mm bed and active chamber heating are mandatory. You're essentially choosing between refined ease of use and industrial-grade capability. Unexpected strengths. What surprised me most was the Step-Servo motors. Usually, high-speed printers use standard motors that vibrate at certain frequencies. The K2 Plus uses closed-loop servos. Even at an acceleration of 30,000 millimeters per second squared, the movement system is quieter, and the ghosting on the prints is virtually non-existent. It's the quietest movement system I've tested on a large machine. Limitations, the bitter truth. Here's the reality. The software is the weakest link. Creality Print 5.0 still has occasional bugs with multicolor purging. The filament waste can sometimes fail to clear the chute, leading to a jam. Here's that design decision I mentioned at the start. Creality chose a quick swap integrated nozzle. It's brilliant for maintenance, but it means you're locked into their proprietary Unicorn nozzle ecosystem. You can't just buy a cheap $2 nozzle from a third party. If these specific units go out of stock, your printer becomes a very heavy paperweight. The final verdict: buy or skip. Buy this if you are a professional who needs to print large, functional parts in materials like ABS or nylon. You are tired of slicing models into multiple pieces just to fit them on a standard bed. You want a machine that allows you to reach in and replace a part yourself. Skip this if you are a hobbyist in a small apartment. The size and noise are overkill for printing small figures. You want an experience where you never have to look at a setting. The more polished competitors still lead in software. The lack of third-party nozzle support is a deal breaker for your long-term budget.